Hey, Taurus, Mel, Intuitive Coach here. Excited to bring in your January 2025 monthly reading. Welcome back if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Taurus. There's something here that has been causing a bit of anxiety, sleepless nights, or you've been stressing or worrying about because you have the conflict card as one of your themes, but it actually says here overcoming obstacles, conflict resolution. So when we start off with the Nine of Swords in reverse, this is something that is getting resolved this month. If this is a financial situation, possibly a legal situation as well, I feel like there is going to be conflict resolution. Yeah, King of Pentacles here. We have the Ten of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, something that wasn't bearing fruit or it just felt like it had been a little bit of a push and pull for you is healing. It's coming together, it's mending, and it actually turns out better than expected, which is beautiful because you have the Bliss card at the bottom of the deck. This is what you don't see coming. This is the Yes card. It's freedom. It's a wish. And you have the Star card that coincides with that energy here. So there is some sort of wish, mending or healing or hope that is showing up after something that was quite stressful for you to deal with. Bottom of the deck, Page of Cups. There's a new opportunity coming in here. This could also be a message. Some sort of message is delivered, some sort of news. And I feel like it warms your heart because you do have the King of Cups here as well as that King of Pentacles. So it almost feels like you were in business mode. You were really focusing on your stability and your finances and maybe even your home life here, your health. You may have been keeping something to yourself, but I do feel like emotionally you were trying to keep something together. You were trying to keep your emotions in check or, under wraps in some way. But you can celebrate now. Okay, yeah, that's what I feel is like you can celebrate. You were keeping something to yourself because you weren't quite sure, or maybe there was anxiety around a situation because you weren't quite sure how it was going to play out. Maybe this is some sort of negotiation. This could be some sort of an offer. You have the flexibility card as one of your key themes here in the month of January. The flexibility card here, Taurus, is divine detours, change, adaptability, new ideas, hence the Page of Cups. Pages are full of ideas. They're very creative. They trust their intuition as well. You've gone through something with possibly a family member or a coworker. Yeah, I am seeing there's a potential for someone that you've been dealing with that was very cold, maybe cold-hearted, or you felt like, wow, where's their heart? Or why were they being unkind? That is being healed, or you could be walking away from that, forgiving. There could even be an apology with that Page of Cups coming in here for you. All right, we're just getting all your cards out, Taurus, before we dive in. All right. Your archetype is the seed. There is a seed planted here. Page of Cups. They're the seeds of the archetype here. And I see that there's communication on your end. Communication that's either coming in or you are delivering. And I feel like it's news of celebration. Right behind it, we actually have the Three of Cups. You see that they're celebrating under that full moon. So you could be seeing some sort of results mid-January is what I'm seeing here. A lot of prosperity. Look at all the fish jumping up from the water. Fish represent prosperity, money, abundance. So this is beautiful. All right, let's see what the conflict is though. So finances is your other key theme for the month of January. You have abundance here, savings, assets. This could be a payout for some of you. That has been what's been causing you stress or anxiety is some sort of payout, winnings, abundance, money. support in some way. There's a new income source either coming in or you are building upon. I also see some of you looking at your money, looking at your investments, where you can build, where your money is not really capitalizing in some way. Wherever your investments, your commitments, and your time is not working, you are really reevaluating and you're reprioritizing. So you could be shuffling around some accounts. You could be moving some money to some maybe high yield accounts. You may even be investing in something that could pay out for you long term. Now, of course, we'll look at finances, health, love. We'll look at all areas, but these are just some of the bigger themes showing up. I love the money tree popping in because it's raining coins right behind it, and it feels like there is some new finances coming in, or you're restructuring in order to get organized to have a better flow of money in 2025. You could even be talking to a financial advisor, a loan officer. This could be an accountant. You may be taking a look at your year prior and looking at where you made the most, money, or how you can continue to put effort into the things that are growing and put less time into the things that are not. And I just see you really in that Capricornian mindset for the first half of January about really cracking down on finances and getting organized is a big message here. Getting organized with that King of Pentacles showing up here. This is getting in a flow. I mean, the King of Pentacles, he's sitting high and mighty there with his cake. Like he gets that cake and he gets to eat it too. And he has the beautiful cow behind him, which represents abundance. He has his throne that he's sitting on. So I feel like you're sitting in a really good position, or you are about to be, Taurus. Now we have flexibility, trust that change is a good thing. If things are changing here for you at this time and you may be biting your nails, or you're stressed out, or you have anxiety, this is actually a good change coming in. And you may realize, wow, that worry was unnecessary, or that worry, that caused you maybe some sleepless nights. I just feel like you're going to resolve it here. If this is between you and someone else, there's going to be negotiation. There's going to be some sort of compromise here, or you may choose just to kind of exit in order to allow you to heal before you come back together. Okay, if this is a family member that was heated up about something, maybe over the holidays, or maybe this was a financial argument that you got into with a family member, I just see that there will be some triggers here. There will be some opposing views. There will be maybe even some competition. And I just see you standing in your truth, standing in your integrity. And I feel like you're coming out on higher ground. And quite literally, I mean, look at the King of Pentacles. He's sitting on top of a hill. He is on higher ground here. So stay flexible this month. Negotiate better offers. I'm getting that other people may try to test you. They may try to push your buttons in some way, but you are flexible, right? You will bend, you can bend potentially, but you're not going to break. You're not going to fold to the demands of others. That's why the flexibility card is here. I feel like, Taurus, you're very headstrong this month. I feel like you're very business savvy. You're very logical, and this could even be a head over heart matter. Not that the heart's not important, because you have the 10 of Cups. That's all 10 cups. That's the beauty of the 10 here is, you feel good, and I feel like you are helping out your family in some way by reacting the way that you are to a situation. Someone in the family could be stressing over money as well. And I feel like they could be asking you to borrow money. I'm not sure what you say in that situation. You may have the money to borrow, or maybe someone's borrowing you money. That could be part of this good news that you're able to celebrate. Now, bottom of the deck, you do have the bliss card here. This is heaven on earth. It's happiness. It's sunshine. It's joy. So this is a beautiful energy to have bubbling up from below the scenes here, because this is like the sun in tarot. So definitely a sense of fulfillment here for you, multiplied, because the 10 of Cups is the ultimate blessing. It is emotional and spiritual and intuitive fulfillment here. You trusted your intuition. You trusted your logic and your intuition, and I feel like it's paying off. So let's dive into the tarot. We have the 9 of Swords in reverse. 9 of Swords in reverse says you're stepping outside of your comfort zone and you're taking a risk, even though there's some anxiety attached to it. But that is what is going to get you all the way to the 10 of Cups, the ultimate blessing. That is what is going to put you on some sort of higher ground. You could also be looking into like the market exchange, cryptocurrency. There could be something risky here. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. Please see the description box below for the disclaimer, but I see that there's going to be some sort of fortune. Okay. It feels like this is a very fortuitous time for you to stay flexible. Okay. Stay flexible and to not fear the unknown, but to use your head, of course, but to trust the process. Take calculated risks, but there's going to be some risks that are not calculated. You don't know what the outcome is going to be, but you're trusting based on fads or based on some maybe research that you've done, but also based on your own intuition. Yeah, because the 9 of Swords is showing up in reverse, which tells me that there's the sun. There's that sun creeping up behind her in the window and the birds singing. It's like the dawn of a new day. And that's what I see kind of bubbling up from the scenes with the bliss card. There's happier times here. So I'm going to take a look though and see, why are we stressing? What's the conflict here? What's the conflict, Spirit? Is it over money? Okay, it looks like it's the 7 of Pentacles and the King of Cups. The King of Cups, it almost feels like, you know, it came out in reverse, but by the end of the month, I feel like it's back into its upright position. So this is either an aspect of you that maybe you had to choose logic over heart, or this could be someone you were dealing with because of the tug of war here, conflict. But it's like someone understands. Someone is going to be able to get it, or they realize that if effort wasn't being paid out and they expected that it was going to be. So for example, let's say someone was putting an hour's worth of work into a business and they were not getting the amount of money that maybe, you know, a full-time position would be, or putting more than 1 hour into it, but yet they were disappointed. Like, you're only putting an hour into it, but yet you're expecting a whole big return. I feel like someone is going to get that realization, like, okay, I'm going to get what I put into it. And if not, perhaps there's a detour, perhaps there's a different route. And it feels like this is someone else expecting more than maybe they were putting into a situation here. And they're going to understand why you are reaping the rewards, because you're the one that's working more than an hour. You know, you're the one that's putting more into a relationship, or you could be putting more effort into a project, and you're the one getting the praise. You're the one getting the money. You're the one that is, you know, sitting on a high note here, and someone may be disappointed, but it's like, you didn't put in the energy, you didn't put in the effort, so you can't be mad about it. And I feel like there is a bit of truth coming in here for someone, but it will heal because the star is above. The star is above. So it's actually a really good learning opportunity for you and this individual if there's someone else involved here. Now, I love the 10 of Cups and the King of Pentacles combined, because it tells me that this is a month of, you know, family and reflection. I see that you are doing work that brings you joy. This is work that is very financially lucrative for you as well. Some of you could work with families. You may work with children. I'm getting like teacher, counselor. You could even work in like the healing field as well. You may work with animals. Some of you could even be like stay-at-home parents, or, you could be in business with your family in some way. Whatever it is that you are doing or contemplating or that you've been building is bringing in a lot of financial abundance. I see that there could be some sort of inheritance as well. Now, it doesn't have to be inheritance of money, but you could have a family member that is leaving you, a legacy, leaving you like a business, even though that could equate to money. I just feel like there's some sort of blessing that is lining up for you this month, or you're getting a sweet taste of this blessing this month. So because the King of Cups is here with that Seven of Pentacles, both kind of in the reverse position. Yeah, if someone could be disappointed that their plans didn't work, perhaps they neglected a situation, but yet they expected that situation to turn out for them when they left it, or they neglected it, or they kind of ditched out. It almost feels like, someone wanting a good grade, but they cheated, and the person's paper that they cheated on wasn't very good, and then they're mad that they didn't get a good grade when they cheated. So that's kind of the energy that I'm picking up on here for some of you. Whether this is a coworker, it could be a family member, perhaps it is, a child that you're dealing with, or, even an aspect of yourself. But there's an opportunity for emotional growth here and leveling up in some way. Yeah, leveling up in some way, because you have the star, as above, so below. And the star is the beautiful energy of Aquarius. And we have Aquarius moving into the sun January 21st. And this is a time of expansion. It is a time of wishes, healing, dreams, and a brighter future ahead, which is exactly what is on the Nine of Swords. There is a new day that is brighter. The bird is singing there in the window, and she doesn't have to live in some sort of a nightmare, or some sort of walking on eggshells. It could even be that someone you are dealing with exits, they leave the picture, and there's some sort of karmic justice or balance here for you. All right, let's look at finances, career, money, abundance. Some of you are building something in silence, or you were just trying to mind your own business here. You were just doing your thing and trying to do it good and focus on being a decent human being and save up for your dreams, your goals, your long-term investments, maybe a home. I feel like you are saving here. There may have been someone holding you back, or you may have been helping someone out, or it feels like there was a hole in the pocket. Yeah, there's a hole in the pocket. Some of you, this could be you spending on something like emotional spending. King of Cups in reverse and the Seven of Pentacles. Perhaps you were kind of spending on someone or something that was draining you of your time, your commitments, your money, your pocketbook. I see that is getting turned around here in January. Yeah, with the King of Pentacles, if you have been draining your money and time on something that you weren't getting dividends back, maybe you're trying to help someone but they took advantage. I just feel like there's a good boundary. The star, does talk about boundaries, because remember what I said about the fish on that Three of Cups? The fish are all jumping up. There's a celebration. There's going to be some sort of news here. On the star, there is a fish kind of belly up. So it almost feels like there's some sort of money that was being drained. You had to pay into something. You had to pay into maybe some sort of debt, or you could have been paying someone's way in some way. Remember, it doesn't have to be money, but I just feel like it was draining. It was exhausting. And that is what is being healed or mended. Whatever you were putting energy and effort into, but there wasn't a payout or a payback, and now someone's upset that perhaps you are not giving to that anymore, or that is coming to an end. If that isn't someone else and it's just you, I feel like you are reining it in a little bit, and it feels upsetting that you're not able to use that vice, whatever that vice was that you kept kind of feeding, but it was like an empty pit and it just wanted more and more and more. It actually tells me that you're getting structured, routined, and organized. And that's what I'm getting here for you. Even though you have the flexibility card, I see that you can still create happiness and abundance, but you'll create more of it by trying something new. All right, back to the abundance. Moving in silence while you continue to build. Silence is the best way to increase your personal power. Trying not to share too much. Not everyone is honest and trustworthy. Yeah, you learned a lesson the hard way. There's something here about you not blabbing to everyone about some sort of news. Okay, because people are going to be jealous. They'll try to sabotage your success. I also see that you have been keeping silent about something, and it feels to me, Taurus, like this will be celebrated. There's going to be some good news that you've had to keep to yourself, or you'll hear of this good news that's going to release some sort of anxiety. Now, health-wise, some of you could be, focusing more on your health. You could be a nutritional practitioner of some sort, a health practitioner. Some situations that need resolution will be resolved and healed. Yeah, absolutely. And it says here, consider careers in the medical field, massage therapy, or any other healing work. Beautiful. It's time to replenish your energy and fully energize to prepare for what's next. So I do see a lot of you getting structured on your health. Your sleep cycles may have been off regarding health here. Some of you may have even had anxiety, depression, panic attacks. There may have been a sense of isolation. I'm getting hygiene as well. Take it as it resonates, please. It almost feels like someone wasn't keeping up to date with their hygiene in some way. Maybe it's because there was a little depression setting in, or perhaps I'm getting like excess sweat or excess like possibly body odor, maybe a good cleaning of the sheets of your bedding, maybe even throwing out old pillows and getting some new ones. I do see here some of you posture needs to be addressed. Posture needs to be looked at here with health. I also see here a better eating because I see the King of Pentacles. He has the cake and he has the wine, and it feels to me like you can still indulge from time to time, but just try to moderate. Try to eat, those carrots with something, eat a little healthier is what I'm picking up on, but you don't have to deprive yourself of the foods that you enjoy. I am seeing here purple. Okay, there's purple grapes up there on the King of Pentacles. So grape juice could be significant. Perhaps some of you've had issues with digestion, maybe prune juice. I know you're like, Mel, I'm not that old yet. That's okay. But it can be very beneficial. A lot of antioxidants. What else do we have for health? Okay, King of Cups. Yeah, for those of you, if you did suffer from some sort of depression or hurt, a betrayal, loss, anything of that nature, make sure you're talking possibly to someone. You could be talking to, a therapist or a coach, or if there has been some sort of struggle in any area, talk to a professional in that field, or, try to work on releasing and reducing anxiety, journaling, meditating, getting outside. I also see drinking more water, staying more hydrated for you. You may have been burnt out with the star here. I see that perhaps you've gone through a tower, because the star comes after the tower. So if you've gone through something that was a little bit difficult, your body may have needed time to kind of replenish. And you may even be looking at taking some new vitamins, or, maybe detoxing, or going on a fast, or just incorporating more, maybe even tomatoes or cucumbers or kale into your diet. All right, we have the cup here. This cup is part of the 10 of Cups, and this is overflowing prosperity. And that's what I see manifesting here for you with the 10 of Cups partnered with the King of Pentacles. This is focusing on filling up your accounts, right? It's filling up not just your, financial accounts, but this is your emotional account as well, your spiritual account, focusing on filling your cup. And I see that you're taking care of business here. You're doing what you need to do to nurture you, because you take care of a lot of people. I feel like you do take care of a lot of people, but sometimes you lose sleep over it here, Taurus. And this is about you being fulfilled. Yes, you replenishing your cup, because it's like you had a hole in the cup here, is kind of what I'm picking up on with that king. He's holding up the cup. It's in reverse. And even though there's more fish, there's a lot of fish here in your reading. I mean, maybe some of you also have some Pisces placements, or maybe you could maybe eating more fish, maybe Mercury. Some of you, maybe it has to do with like Mercury, or maybe it's Mercury toxicity for some of you. Just be mindful if you're feeling a little bit off. You may want to look into that here. All right, we have the wings. There's my Aquarian energy. This is rising above money issues. This could potentially be a business taking off. Some of you, yeah, you are rising to the top here with the King of Pentacles. He is someone who's very wealthy, very abundant. He's a reliable leader. He is someone who's disciplined and mature. And I see here that you are aligning with your life purpose, your mission, and this is spiritual work for you as well. So for those of you that are wanting to embrace this path more, this purpose more, I see you have the opportunity to do so in Aquarian season, big time. So this tells me that something is unfolding for you in quite a big way. Possibly multiplying of energies here. It's like times 3. Something may come back to you times 3. And then lastly, we have the candle. This is ambition, taking action, manifesting money. This is the energy of management. Some of you could be in a manager position here, a high ranking position. This could also be about getting noticed, and athleticism as well. So that's why you need to be up to par on your health, because you could be quite busy. You could be pulled in many different directions, but I feel like you are smart enough. You are setting healthy boundaries. You are organized enough to be able to get many things done without overextending yourself, without burning the candle at both ends. So this looks to be a turnaround month for you of getting organized and overcoming any obstacles, specifically around health and finances. But let's look at love here. Now, some of you, perhaps the love, the Venus in your life feels a little bit low. It feels like it's been depleted in some way, but the star highlighting this says there could be some new energies coming in. All right, what do we have for love? Okay, first thing I'm noticing here is you've been betrayed when it comes to love. This could be love from a family member, a friend, even a coworker that you were very fond of, or a boss even. This can be a spouse. There's been some sort of heartbreak, some sort of pain, separation, loss, deception, lies. Some of you may have even been shockingly attacked or even accused. Now, the backstabbing energy, it's left an imprint. You can see that the pomegranate, it's been cut. Okay, it's been cut by a butter knife. However, pomegranates, if you've ever cut one up, they stain your hands. They stain your hands red, and that stain can last for a while. So I feel like there's something that stained you, something that may have scarred you, and it lasted for a while. But I do see that is healing. You are working on healing that with the star here, and you're working on reopening your heart. That's why we also have the Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So this is about you opening your heart, which can be a love for all things. It doesn't just have to be, a love in a romantic sense. It's getting back out there and enjoying life, opening your heart instead of feeling, maybe low on energy or depressed or full of anxiety. I just see that you are healing whatever this backstabbing was that left a little bit of, a sour taste in your mouth. You have the Runner here. There may have been someone you were dealing with. If you're dealing with a King of Cups in reverse, this person is fearful of intimacy. They're fearful of getting too close emotionally. Hence the cups, hence them being in reverse. There's fear of intimacy causing them to run away, causing them to not put the energy and the effort into a relationship or dynamic. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. But here you are saying, I'm ready. I'm ready to give to my family. I'm ready to show up and build a life together, and I want this long term. But yet, if you're dealing with the King of Cups, it can be very intense, absolutely, but it's also tumultuous at times, because this king in reverse, he can be dramatic. He can be not in touch with his emotions, untrustworthy, overly indulgent as well. He can be an over, drinker, or he can do things to the excess, to the extreme. Health. Some of you may be, very health conscious, or dealing with someone who's very focused on like health or working out or fitness, almost to the extreme, everything in moderation. And I see that this King of Cups is trying to work on balance, but sometimes they definitely either go all in, or it feels like there's not a balance, or there's not a medium with this person. And that could cause some disruptions in the family unit, or in the group unit here. Now, I do see, for those of you that are single, I see that because the heart is starting to open up and the Page of Cups is showing up at the bottom of the deck, it could be within the next 3 months, because the Three of Cups is the 3-month energy. So there could certainly be someone new that you are talking to, someone that wants to date, some flirting going on here. This can also be, a blooming, budding romance. So the teddy bear is beautiful, and it may surprise you, but this could be someone that you end up marrying. This could be someone that you do, settle down with. Okay, someone that really does open their heart up to you. Maybe they've gone through something, and it takes the King of Cups. It takes them a little bit to trust people. That's why he's on an island. But when he truly trusts, he's able to put his whole heart into it. So that could be why someone is showing up here in reverse at this time, because they don't quite trust how the situation is going to unfold. But like I said, towards the end of the month, it feels like the King of Cups is kind of going into the upright position, or at least that's what the intention is. And I see that someone could be a big old teddy bear underneath. Okay. Now, lastly, I love this card because this is healthy choices. Not only do you have the healthy choices in love, but you also have the health card in finances as well. So Taurus, you're focusing on self-love this month, self-care, being happier, loving your life, and living life to the fullest. But in order to do so, health is wealth. And you know this to be true, because without our health, we don't have much, right? And I feel like that is something you are really taking seriously here with that King of Pentacles. You're saying, if I want to, have the whole cow, not just the chocolate milk, right? I gotta continue working on myself, and I have to continue, building and climbing and being that best version of myself. So I like where this is going here for you. It tells me that this conflict definitely is about, just different viewpoints. You may be at a bit of a higher ascension than someone, but you're a good leader. You're a good inspiration to others, a good role model as well. You could be getting a higher position because of your, characteristics. Now let's take a look at your soul's truth. What does your soul want you to know at this time? What can you do to make a difference? What keeps you up at night? There's the 9 of Swords. This is keeping you up at night. What makes you cringe when you think about it, such that every ounce of you screams, no more? Where can you create purpose out of your pain? Today is soul action. Make a difference in someone's life today, big or small, because all of it makes a difference. Yeah. Sometimes we think that our small act, it didn't really do anything, but we don't know until we go home and we cross over to the other side, or go to heaven, or, whatever you call the other side. When we do our life review, you don't always see how the ripple effect of your energy impacts those around you, but you will. And I see that it doesn't matter if it's a small kindness act, or if it's something huge, or if it's something that you did silently, or something that everybody knew. It doesn't matter because all of it makes a difference here. And I also see some of you are taking your pain and you're actually turning it into something profitable. So for example, perhaps you've dealt with, a very difficult or challenging relationship, or you grew up in a very destructive setting, or you've gone through like a war or a crisis of some sort. Maybe it's not that huge. It could be anything. Maybe you've recovered from, alcoholism or addiction. You could be writing a book about it and helping heal others. Some of you are becoming or are, healers or therapists or AODA counselors. You're helping someone based on some sort of struggle or challenge that you yourself have gone through, like sponsorship even, or, like big brother, big sister. You're helping others in need. So I love that coming in for you, Taurus. Now, are you clear on what your soul really wants? Take out the shoulds and the limitations. Get out of your head and pay attention to your heart's desires instead. If you knew it was impossible to fail, what would you do? Wherever you go, go with all your heart. For those of you that are not dealing with anyone else, but this is something within you, okay, maybe this inner tug here with the conflict card, that tug of war back and forth, maybe it's something between the head. Even though this is the Pentacles, it's not the King of Swords, I feel like you have the ability to use your heart to lead you and not let the head talk you out of things by saying, well, you should do this or you should do that. So getting clear on what you want this month, ask yourself, what is it that your soul really wants? What does your heart crave? Then take one step, Taurus, in that direction. All right, beautiful. Now, last but not least, you have the archetype here of the seed. So there's something that has either been planted or it's about to be planted here. But this is the beginning. And I see that there's a 10 of cups here. And remember, 10 is a completion. 10 is the ultimate blessing, but it also equals 1. And 1s are new beginnings. This is the origin. It is the pearl. Hence the pearl in the very center of the card here. Beginnings come in many forms. They are not always a beautiful seed placed intentionally in nourishing soil. Origin stories, like any birth story, are complex, surprising, multi-layered, and usually reveal a central image or detail that represents the fully formed being. Simply stated, the end is present in the beginning, or the entire oak tree resides within the acorn. Whether you follow the imaginal theory or not, know that when this card appears, there is potent generative energy all around you. It stirs your very insides and usually results in an antsy, impatient feeling. There's the 9 of Swords. There's the anticipation. There is the antsy, the anxiety even. Pay particular attention to what agitates you, as it is a sure sign of growth to come. You are bumping up against a growth edge. It is from the grit that the pearl eventually comes to be. Absolutely. And that's what I'm getting here for you. There's something that has caused anxiety, some sort of conflict, but it's because you are bumping up against that growth edge. And you may not see it, but what blooms is very, very beautiful. You will celebrate it with that 3 of Cups. This is about fertility. This is germinating. This is building. And who's the best builder here? The King of Pentacles. He is the one that builds. He is sitting on that hill. He's sitting on higher ground here, which you will be too if you're not already. This is generative. When it's in the dark, it's festering, it's stewing, and it's dormant. If you want to go deeper in this energy here, this archetype, check out James Hillman's acorn theory in the Soul's Code. And it says one of the alchemist's favorite images was the pearl. The irritant over time becomes the treasure. What is your grit? What is your grit? I'd love to hear that. Let me know below. Like, what is it? And this kind of goes hand in hand with what your soul just said. What keeps you up at night? What makes you cringe when you think about it, right? Where can you create purpose out of your pain? That's the grit. I mean, pearls are formed under pressure. The true seed is elusive. If we follow any story towards its origin, it spirals farther and farther back in time. In this way, we are always the seed and always the fruit it bears. Now, interestingly enough, the Seven of Pentacles is the fruits of your labor, right? So for some of you, you weren't sure that the direction that you were going was going to bear fruit. And maybe it's not. Maybe that's why you have a divine detour coming in here. Trusting that intuition, trusting that all you need is a mustard seed of faith. That's what Spirit is giving me. Mustard seed. There's your seed card here. Mustard seed of faith in order to watch something grow. So if this is on your heart and you want this and it is part of your divine path, it's going to rise up. Don't let one loss or one setback or even a couple with that belly up fish there. You have plenty of fish here showing up in your reading. And I see that all you need is that mustard seed of faith, and things are really going to bloom and blossom for you. There's a growth cycle. You're just hitting against that growth edge, but you're going to see something flourish in no time. Taurus, that is what I have for you. If this resonates, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And thank you so much for tuning in today. Lots of love.